folks, Scott here with my 10-card 1-kit video featuring the Love from Lizi December 2017 card kit. This is often how my desk looks at the end of putting 10 cards together. Lizi mentioned that she thought this kit was kind of wintry in theme. I felt like this was a very Victorian card kit. All of these pattern papers and vellum and stickers and all of the accoutrement really felt very Victorian to me. So let's get this cleaned up and we'll get into our 10 cards. So as usual, I generally tend to start with the stamps in a kit. I thought this stamp set was very interesting. I thought the style of the stamps was, again, very Victorian, very dark shadows. There's lots of black on these stamps. Now, I, of course, went in and stamped a bunch and tried to see what I could do with them. Ultimately, I decided to jump into just colored inks. And I thought if we just stamped these stamps in colors, that might work well. So, my first card is on that peach card base, and I use one of the calendars. 3 roses in one of the calendars. Now, these roses are stamped in Spiced Marmalade Distress Oxide ink on Bristol Smooth cardstock, and then colored with just a plain orange colored pencil. Orange colored pencil. I thought that Spiced Marmalade ink matched that cardstock really very nicely. It goes very well, and especially that orange pencil brought it all together. This is really great. This is pattern paper from the kit, a couple of stripes from the pattern paper. These little gold leaves were from the Simon Says Stamp November kit, the kind flowers. These are Doris gold leaf sequins. Our calendar is included in the kit. Now, what's fun about this card, and I've never done this before, but this is an easel card. So this does pop up and hook in to another rose on the inside and makes a nice easel calendar for you. When I saw that we had these tear-off calendars in the kit, I wanted to do an easel card. I'd never done an easel card before. I like this quite a bit. I think it works very nicely as a flat card. I did take a piece of that burgundy ribbon and covered up just above the stitch lines on the calendar. I did mount the calendar on a piece of white cardstock that I colored with the Spiced Marmalade Distress Oxide ink, so there's a little bit of a matte around the calendar. This is the stamp from the kit, Live Every Day with Purpose. I did use a Doris banner die to cut this out. This is my standby ivory cardstock from Staples. I did stamp this stamp from the kit in the Spiced Marmalade to match the roses. This all goes really nicely together. I really like it a lot. I looked for pattern paper that I could possibly make some kind of a catch for the easel and decided to finally just go with the rose, cut the top edges away. That's on the inside writing surface. That is, of course, that Staples ivory cardstock. I actually used that little flourish on the bottom down here too. It actually fit very nicely. I stamped that in the Spiced Marmalade. I played with this card quite a lot. The hardest part of it was building this assemblage of roses here. I had to build it backwards from the top to the bottom. There's some good dimension going on there, but I had to build it from the top to the bottom instead of the bottom to the top. I actually did cut a little mat to cover up the back so it looks decent from the back as well. Who said I'm anal retentive? There you go. That's our first card for the Love from Lizi December kit. A nice Live Every Day with Purpose desk calendar. One of the sentiments in the stamp set. I really liked the If You Can Be Anything, Be Kind stamp. There was a sticker in the kit that has the exact same sentiment on it. Yes, so this is on the gray cardstock. If you can be anything, be kind. And that's a sticker from the kit. This is pattern paper from the kit that I actually cut the edge following the pattern. Gave me a nice zigzag edge. This is the platinum glimmer paper for a little pattern behind there. There is a strip of the peel-offs right there. This is that lovely floral pattern paper that I punched a scallop border on it with my American Crafts punch. Another strip of the ribbon, that really thin magenta ribbon. I mounted the sticker up on a piece of vellum from my stash that I cut using one of the Spellbinder's decal rectangle dies. A piece of vellum for that sticker makes it stand out a little bit. This is a very pretty card. I really like this. This feels very Victorian. Of course, because of the gray background in the sticker, that's why I use the gray cardstock. Gray writing surface on the inside, and one of the little bitty tiny rose stickers down in the corner. So there's a little something inside here. If you can be anything, be kind. I love the reflection on that platinum glimmer paper, that specialty sheet. It was really, really nice. This is beautiful, very Victorian. I even like the pink pattern paper. So doilies too. We also got doilies in the kit, silver doilies. So here I'm back to that peach cardstock, really great colored cardstock. And I'm still playing with the stickers. This is a sticker from the set, Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful. That's a great sentiment. This is a great sticker. I really like that sticker. I took the doily and cut it about a ½ an inch out of the middle of it and brought it together to make it more of an oval. So it fit this big oval sticker a lot better than being a round. This is the orange polka dot from the pattern paper. This is the gray glimmer paper, specialty paper. These are both cut out with my Lawn Fawn stitched rectangle dies. I love the stitch edging on those. I did a little double bow out of that skinny magenta ribbon. I used the gray pearl dots that were included for some extra glitter on the sides of this here. A really, really pretty card. Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful. These roses are gorgeous. This is a great sticker. I love being able to make the doily fit the sticker a little better. Very feminine. This feels very Victorian to me as well. Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful. So we go back to the stamps. So this time I had a quick little sneak peek of this up on Instagram. On my next card, this is on the forest green card base from the kit. This is my love card. I thought of this set as very Victorian, as very Valentine's. I only used one calendar, so there's only one real New Year's card on it. But I stamped the long-stemmed roses in fired brick distress oxide, and I used my Tim Holtz stamp platform to stamp a long row of those long-stemmed roses, making sure that I had one right in the center. This is all stamped on, okay, back to my Staples ivory cardstock. This is my old standby. And then colored them again with my colored pencils, very lightly. Just some nice red for the top, a touch of green on the leaves. I thought that worked very well. I really like using these stamps stamped in colors and then just augmented with a little extra color. I did fussy cut the top edge of my roses to make an interesting edge on this panel. I did round the corners here with my corner chomper. These are 1/4 inch corners. I used a piece of that wood board pattern paper, and there's the word love from the alphabet sticker kit. Now, I did dig into the Love from Lizi silver glitter peel-offs. I wanted to use one of the silver bows on that center rose there and needed another spark of silver on this card to pull it all together. So this is a great little thin strip of that Love from Lizi silver glitter peel-off. Inside we have a sentiment, you are so loved, with the flourish above and below. The flourish again is stamped in that Fired Brick Oxide ink. You Are So Loved is just stamped in black VersaFine ink. Very nice, love. I really like this. This is a lovely Valentine card. I love this is one of the stickers, one of the long border stickers. This fit kind of perfectly along with the roses. And because it's got a little bit of a wood grain to it, that's why I use the wood grain down here. A nice love card with only 7 long-stemmed American Beauty roses. I'm sorry I couldn't fit 12 on there. I've heard a couple of people mention about the stickers were like way too long for a card. There was one sticker that I really, really liked the sentiment on it. I was bound and determined to be able to use it. This is on the wine red card base, and we have Dream, Believe, Do. There's that long sticker from the sticker sheet, and it fits on a diagonal, by gum, barely, barely. Now, I used some of that terrific embossed, pearlized specialty paper from the kit. That's just beautiful paper there. And of course, since the sticker had that striped pattern paper on its background, I used a couple of strips of that striped pattern paper to edge the specialty paper, a couple of strips of the thicker ribbon for the edges of that, and then of course I did outline everything with the peel-offs, Love from Lizi peel-offs, and put one small little bow right here on the side. This is very nice. I love that sentiment. Dream, believe, do. It is within all of our power. Writing surface on the inside, a little sticker cut out from the sticker sheet down in the corner. Love those flowers. Dream, believe, do. That's one way to make those extra long stickers work on an A2 card, 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. That's an A2 card. Okay, that's 5 cards so far, 5 cards. Those I think of as my serious cards for this month, and we get a little less serious as this 10-card video goes on. This is on the ivory card base, ivory from the kit. Most people who have watched my Love from Lizi videos know that I like to take the vellum and print on them with my laser printer at work, and then foil them with the deco foil and a laminator. So that's what I did on this one. Very simple, 1-layer card. This is that great vellum piece with the door on the side, the flowers over here. I did take this to work and printed this on my laser printer at work and foiled it in my silver foil. I haven't used my silver foil before, and it works so well. I was really pleased with that. This is in the Smoothie Shop font. This is what I did. I, of course, put this together in my Silhouette software, printed that up, put the vellum over the top, and printed it again. I like that very much. If you don't have anything nice to say, come sit by me. I think it's very funny to have such a serious, pretty, straightforward card. If you don't have anything nice to say, come sit by me. This, of course, is one of the die cuts from the kit. This is a lovely rose die cut. I didn't play with this very much, but this is a great die cut. This is something that you will always have in your stash as well. Really a very pretty die cut. Very nice with the rose and the leaves. If you don't have anything nice to say, come sit by me. I, of course, did the inside of that card on my printer. I didn't have to. It's not foiled, so it's just printed in black. Again, I put that in my Silhouette software and created that. I sent the whole card through the printer again with tape on the leading edge to print that on my card base right where I wanted it to go. Again, that's in the Smoothie Shop font for both of those. Very simple, flat, 1-layer card. I can't wait to give this to someone. So, of course, I have to make a shaker card. This goes back to the wine red card base. And here we've got a very pretty, again, this feels so Victorian to me. This is the piece of vellum that I mounted to a piece of actually white cardstock and then yellow cardstock. So inside the frame, this is my ivory cardstock. Outside of the frame, it is white cardstock. Now, I felt like the polka dots on this vellum piece didn't show up very well against the ivory cardstock. So instead, I put those on white, cut out a piece of ivory to match this frame, and then cut my window with one of my Doris nesting heart dies. Cut the window with that. I used my Emboss It pen and traced around the die cut, just traced around the die cut with my Emboss It pen and embossed that in silver to give a nice little frame around that. If you look inside, the background is that polka dot paper. There is that polka dot paper on top and bottom there to finish this out. A nice little shaker card, and there is a U and an R in the middle of that shaker. So inside, of course, you've got Always in My Heart. That's one of the stamps from the kit. So you are always in my heart. Or if you like, you're always in my heart. I really like this. These are the Nouveau drops in that Neptune turquoise. Really pretty drops. I like this very much. I didn't put a lot of sequins inside this, and I kept all of the green ones out. I didn't put any green ones in here, but there's plenty of pink and the white ones and the silver and the dark ones. A fun, easy shaker card. You are always in my heart. So we also have that cart in this set. Wheelbarrow. It's not really a wheelbarrow. It looks like a cart of some kind. So I wanted to play with that a little bit, see what we could put in the cart. Now, I didn't think any of the stamps were really, any of the flowers were really in the same scale as that cart. So this is on that gray cardstock again. And I love you a bunch. I put those fabric flowers in the cart. This is that wavy line pearlized specialty paper. I just cut it off following one of the wavy lines. It's my bottom part here. You can see here, this is the tulle netting. I covered the face of my card with that tulle netting using just a little bit of spray adhesive to stick it down. I added that blue polka dot paper on the top again here. I used my American Crafts border punch to punch out the little scallop hearts there. Then I actually used the Nouveau drops to cover up those middle two rows of polka dots. It matches perfectly with that, and I love the dimension that that gives to the card. I think it matches all of the dimension that those real flowers, not real flowers, that those little fabric flowers add to the kit. This is the cart stamped in Simon Says Stamp Intense black ink and then colored with my Spectrum Noir markers. I actually stamped a number of those long stemmed roses. I stamped those in peeled paint oxide ink and actually just blended that out a little bit with my Spectrum Noir sparkle pen. I fussy cut 3 of those out and stuck those around the flowers. I thought that added a little extra nice dimension there. I, of course, fussy cut the cart and I cut the spokes of the wheel out. This is one of those wood frames from the kit. I actually trimmed it down a bit. I took about 1/4 of an inch, maybe 3/8 of an inch out of the middle of it, squashed it back down, and then I did silver embossing over the whole thing. You can kind of see one seam over there, but it's a pretty good cover-up. I squinched those down just so it would fit my sentiment a little better. I love that the flowers really pop on this. The grays and the blues and the whites really make the flowers pop. Not only do the 3-dimensionality of those fabric flowers work to their advantage, but their bright red looks really, really nice on this card. Love you a bunch. I did in my silhouette, of course. This is in the ballerina script font. I actually printed that on some of my plain Staples gray cardstock. Attach that to the back of the frame. Here's a nice Valentine card that's not stereotypically a Valentine. Okay, I haven't done any real puns here. I've got a nice joke. I haven't done any puns. There are so many puns available. I also haven't used this wheel stamp yet. So I thought I'd use the wheel all by itself, cut it out, fussy cut it. This is on the ivory card base. And Will You Be Mine? This is a fun little Valentine card. I used the wavy pearlized pattern paper and die cut a heart shape out of that. Used my Doris nesting heart dies. I did use that nice ribbon as the background on this. I like the sparkle on that. The red goes very well. This is the red pattern paper that I cut a mat to match the heart. I did stamp 5, I actually stamped 6, 5 of these wheels and fussy cut them out. These are all stamped with Distress Oxide inks. I put the nice wide berry ribbon down the center. I cut 2 extra strips of that embossed shimmer specialty paper. 2 extra strips to go next to the ribbon there. A little bit of the cardstock showing through. 2 more strips of that great thicker burgundy ribbon. Will You Be Mine? I did that, of course, in my silhouette. That's using the typewriter hand font. And with your silhouette software, you can give a little curve to your text. So I curved it just enough so it would fit that, again, that Doris banner die. Simple Doris dies are really inexpensive. Will You Be Mine? I added one of the metal wheel buttons right at the bottom to give just a little bit more of a point to my wheel collage of hearts. And I was actually able to get that thin burgundy ribbon pushed through the holes of that button and tied in a nice little tiny bow right there. There's some nice sparkle on that card. I tried the wheels all stamped in walnut stain, but I just thought it was so boring. It was just so wagons ho that I went with more rainbow colors with this. Will You Be Mine? Nothing on the inside of this card. A nice, again, a very romantic, kind of Victorian Valentine card. Which brings us to our final card of the kit. The only card base I have left to use at this point is the forest green card base. And here we have another rebus for you. Now this is a tough one. I debated whether or not to use this. And that brings us back to the fact that this cart is not a wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrows have one wheel. This obviously has 2 wheels. Not many people probably know this, but some people do and probably don't realize that they know it. But this is actually a tumbrel. So this means I plus L, I'll tumbrel for ya. I'll tumble for ya. I'll tumble for ya. It's anybody that's my age knows Culture Club. That's a big Culture Club song. I'll tumbrel for you. To help those that don't know what the hell this card is about, I did include the definition of a tumbrel on the inside of the card. So a tumbrel is a farm tip cart, which that's perfect. That is a farm tip cart if I ever saw a farm tip cart. Or number 2, a vehicle carrying condemned persons, such as political prisoners during the French Revolution, to a place of execution. So this is my little rebus pun for the kit. I'll tumbrel for ya. I'll tumble for ya. I'll tumble for ya. This pleased me very much. I decided to go with it whether or not anybody knew what a tumbrel was or not. It is, of course, a Valentine card. I did include a sticker from the kit that has a little heart on the top here and the definition of the tumbrel. I'll tumble for ya. That's my 10th card this month, folks. I had a really great time with this kit. At first, I didn't think I would. I was really concerned that this was also feminine and flowery and pink. I do have plenty of leftovers. Again, I tried to use a little bit of everything. I did not get to the fluffy snow embossing powder. I didn't go for the wintry theme with this kit. I went for more of the romantic. Of course, love the Nuvo drops. I have a good amount of the pattern paper left. I used some of the alphabet stickers. I'm very proud of myself. I used a number of the stickers from the sticker sheet. I used some of the netting. I used some of the peel-offs. I used one of the doilies. I didn't get to the tags. I did use one die. I didn't get to the berries in the kit. I didn't get to that great silver leaf ribbon. It just didn't speak to me on this set of cards. I used some of the big wide ribbon. I used some of the sequin mix. I used one of the bows. I used one of the metal wheel buttons. I used one of the frames. I used most of our little specialty cards. Again, I used a little bit of all of that great embossed shimmer paper. I will definitely play with this shimmer paper more. But I've got lots and lots of great stock left. Of course, that marvelous die will stay in my stash. The Love from Lizi stamp set will find a loving home in my stash. Lots and lots of extras. This kit has sold out, like most of Lizi's monthly card kits do sell out. So for those of you that are receiving your kit or have received it already, I hope I was able to give you a little inspiration. Thank you so much for joining me today and sharing your time with me. I hope you had a great time. If you did, please like me, list me, pin me, post me, share me with all your friends, and happy crafting. If you would like more detailed information, better pictures, and product links, please visit my website at cardcutups.wordpress.com.